What's going on, everybody? You are watching the Jets Report by Chat Sports. My name is Patrick Siepman, and thank you guys so much for tuning in to our instant reaction to the Jets getting a massive win over the Atlanta Falcons. And we got some great news to discuss, and I will talk about the game. But the main great news that Jets fans just got today is the Indianapolis Colts losing to the Houston Texans. Obviously, we know the Jets traded Sauce Gardner to the Colts for 2 future first-round picks. You got the first-round pick this year. You got their first-round pick next year. Now with the Colts moving to 8-4, and also Daniel Jones having a fracture in his leg, there is a very good chance that that Jets draft pick that they're getting from the Colts could potentially be top 20. And if you would have told me that a couple weeks ago, I would have said no chance in the world. But with the Colts losing to the Chiefs, now they lose to the Texans, they might not even win their division anymore with Houston winning 4 straight games. I mean, the Jets, there is a chance that your own pick will obviously still be in the top 10. And the Colts pick, I mean, that could be in the top 20. So you have a really good chance to really reset this team. Go get your franchise quarterback. Go do all the things you want this offseason. But Jets fans, seriously, start rooting heavily against the Indianapolis Colts. And also with how bad they're looking this year, I think that also makes an impact on next year. Like, if I would have told you this time next year that the Colts are going to be 3-9, 4-8, that is very much on the table with how shaky they are at the quarterback position. I just still can't believe the Jets fleeced the Colts that much with that Sauce Gardner trade. So I think that's the best news Jets fans could receive. But let's talk about the game because the Jets show a lot of fight in this one. And I do, if I had to give a game ball, it again goes to head coach Aaron Glenn. The fact that the Jets traded away Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams, which also Quinnen Williams looked unbelievable for the Dallas Cowboys. But the fact that they were able to trade those guys away and still have this team fully bought in is unbelievable. So talk about Aaron Glenn, but I do want to quickly tap in here on Tyrod Taylor. I don't know why it took this long to get Tyrod Taylor to be the starting quarterback, and he didn't light it up by any means. 19 of 33, 172 yards, had a touchdown, but you can just tell this Jets offense, I mean, they threw the ball 33 times today. I think that's probably the highest amount that they have thrown the ball the entire season because when you have Justin Fields in there, they're running like this gimmicky, high school-ish offense. But now with Tyrod, I mean, this is also without Garrett Wilson, without being able to consistently run the ball over the last 2 weeks, he's been pretty damn good. And at least Tyrod's given us ability to, like, all right, we can evaluate Tanner Engstrand. We can evaluate A.D. Mitchell, John Mechie, all these other guys. So I thought Tyrod did just enough. He's a high-end backup quarterback. He has played like a high-end backup quarterback over the last couple of weeks. So you guys let me know your thoughts. Great Tyrod Taylor's game versus the Atlanta Falcons. Give me an A, B, C, D, or F. I'd probably give him a solid B. And you beat a Falcons team, obviously extremely beat up. They're not having good times in Atlanta. But I thought Tyrod looked pretty good. He's also considering, like, the Jets for a second straight week not being able to really run the ball. Now I think that's teams really selling out on the run because obviously they know, like, hey, this Jets offense, you got to take away number 20 to give yourself a chance to win this game. And they did that. Like, Breece Hall, 19 carries, 68 yards, had that one touchdown, had a ridiculous catch on the sideline, little toe drag swag for number 20. But, you had no run game, and that kind of forced the hand of Tyrod Taylor being like, hey, man, you got to go win that game. And he was finding this guy. A.D. Mitchell was unbelievable. You couldn't have drawn up a worse debut for A.D. Mitchell against the New England Patriots. Had some big-time drops. Just didn't really, look too good out there, but I'll tell you what, today, 8 catches for 102 yards. Like, there's a good chance he's your wide receiver 2 next year, and I don't even think that's a bad decision. Like, A.D. Mitchell, John Mechie also had a couple of bad drops in today's game, but A.D. Mitchell, if he can just kind of bring it all together, where it's like he's catching the ball, because obviously he's a freak athlete. Like, the natural talent with A.D. Mitchell is 100% there. So if you got Garrett Wilson, you got A.D. Mitchell, you got guys like John Mechie working in there. I will say the one concerning part about the wide receiver position is Arian Smith being a scratch today. Don't love that for his future with this Jets franchise, but you also got Mason Taylor at tight end. I'm assuming the Jets are going to bring Breece Hall back. So you got Breece, you're going to have Braylon Allen, you still got Isaiah Davis, so you got 3 really good running backs. You should have at least 2 really good wide receivers with a great wide receiver 1 and Garrett Wilson with a good offensive line. And with the Jets now having 2 potential premium draft picks, like, I don't think you really need to touch the offense, obviously outside of the quarterback position. QB will be number 1 on the bulletin board of what the Jets need to do this offseason. But, man, like, you start looking at these weapons, you're starting to like the play call a little more. Like, even though the Jets only 3 wins on the season, there's a lot to be optimistic about for this franchise. And I will give my credit. I do want to talk about Aaron Glenn really more in depth and talk about the culture and just what like the confidence he's given these guys to go out there every single week where they believe they can win any single game. So I do want to talk about Aaron Glenn here in a second, but if you guys could hit that subscribe button today. We're closing in on our next milestone of 11,500 subscribers. So if you guys are new here, it's going to be a hectic offseason for the New York Jets. I mean, quarterback controversy. Who are they going to bring in? Will they try to trade up in the draft? Will they try to trade for a guy? Will they try to sign a free agent quarterback? Obviously, they're going to be big spenders in free agency. Also got some premium draft picks as well. But you guys, you guys could hit that subscribe button today. Just need 191 more of you to hit that sub button. So help us reach our next milestone. Make me look good for my bosses. Hit that subscribe button today. Now we'll talk about Aaron Glenn and the culture, and talk about the defense here in a second, as they had a really good game as well. But today's episode is brought to you guys by Prize Picks, and it is the holiday season, and it's the best time of year for sports. You got bowl games, basketball and football matchups, playoff pushes. It is all happening at once. And while you and I are out here making decisions every day, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which game to watch, there's one place where it feels good to be right, and that is Prize Picks. If you guys download the Prize Picks app today, plug in promo code CLNS. We'll hook you guys up with $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. On Prize Picks, it's super simple to play. All you got to do is pick more or less on at least two player stats, and if you guys get your picks right, you could cash in. So get in on the action. Prize Picks is now available in 45 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. And they also offer stacks. I mean, you guys can pick up to the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. For example, if you guys want to pick more on Tyrod Taylor's touchdowns, pass yards, or passing touchdowns, pass yards, and rushing touchdowns, now you guys can pick all of them in the same lineup, only on Prize Picks. So download the Prize Picks app today. Plug in promo code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's promo code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. But shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's show. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. I thought the Jets defense had a pretty damn good day today, considering the talent level they have on that side of the field. Like, I never expect the Jets to head into a game being like, oh, man, you could completely shut down an offense. But these guys, play hard. Like, you got Malachi Moore in the secondary. He's a rookie. A.Z. Thomas in the secondary. He's obviously a rookie. You don't have a ton of talent on the defensive line. And these guys just are bought in every single week. And I think you can, even though these games are tough to evaluate as, Jets, Falcons, like these are two of the worst teams in the league going at it. But at least you feel like this Jets team, like they're playing for their head coach. They're playing for something. And yeah, Bijan Robinson, almost at 200 all-purpose yards today, averaging 6.2 yards per carry on the ground. Like, he had himself a day, but the Jets defense, didn't allow Bijan to control the entire game. They also, Jets today, made a lot of clutch plays late, clutch defensive stops, moving the football when you needed to the most. That goes on the head coach. That goes on Aaron Glenn. He deserves credit for this. And just having this team bought in is truly, truly special because, listen, if I'm being honest, after they traded Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams, I expect the Jets to maybe, win one game, and maybe this is the one game that they win after that era. But you fought hard in Baltimore last week. I know the Ravens are kind of a disaster right now, but you're going against a team with a lot more talent than you do. Even today against the Falcons, you're looking up. I mean, shout out to this guy, Michael Clemens, having a sack, Jets fans' favorite player. But, you look up, and it's man, they got Bijan, they got Kyle Pitts. They got a bunch of playmakers offensively, even defensively. They got a bunch of guys over there. But, the Jets, with a huge talent disadvantage, you won a game. They played good football today, and that's on the head coach. That's on the coaching staff too. Steve Wilkes, I still have my problems with him. I don't really think he's a great defensive coordinator. But I think what Tanner Engstrand showed, he deserves another year, no doubt. And just be patient with this Aaron Glenn era, because the thing I do love the most is the Jets are a physical football team, and physicality wins in the NFL because you got to be able to run the football. You cannot win big time games without a run game, without being a physical team. And that's the thing that Aaron Glenn has for this Jets organization right now. Because even though it was looking so bad, they were the only team in the NFL without a win up until about week 8 or 9 or whenever they beat the Bengals. But they got this team bought in, and that's a credit on Aaron Glenn. These guys love to play for him, and clearly the Jets practice very, very hard. They're hitting every day at practice, and that's on the head coach. I think he deserves a ton of credit for just having this Jets team show a lot of fight. And even today, you aren't able to go to your bread and butter. You aren't able to get Breece Hall going. You're getting beat on the ground also with Bijan Robinson killing you, but you were still able to get a win. And how about the Stiggers? The Stig man. He makes a play on special teams, it feels like, every single week. And also, more credit to the coaching staff. The Jets probably had the worst special teams in the NFL for the first half of the season, or first quarter of the season. But since then, Nick Folk hasn't missed a kick all year. Austin McNamara is one of the best punters in the league. Isaiah Williams almost housed another kick today. Kene Wangu's always making plays. Like, their special teams is legit. So I would give credit to them, and that's on the head coach. That's on Aaron Glenn. And all credit to him, man. It's truly special. Maybe it's not truly special what he's building, but at least it steps in the right direction because people were ready to fire him after the first 7 weeks. You know, being a little prisoner of the moment. He's a little goofy in his press conferences. He says some ludicrous stuff, but like at least this team every single week, they go out there, they play for their head coach, they play a physical brand of football, and that goes on AG, the man, Aaron Glenn. And if you guys made it to the end of today's show, hit me with a go, JETS, down below in the comments section. Appreciate all you guys for tuning in. As always, go Jets.